I am proud to be part of this bipartisan coalition for change. That's what we represent, change. Change that has been coming for 20 long years. And I'm here to say I've been in the Senate for that long time, and so has Senator Grassley, and we know, and we've seen every Secretary of Defense call for zero tolerance on sexual assaults in the military, and every time nothing happens. I want to tell you a story, I could tell you many, each of us could, that reflects why we have to do this. Stacey Robinson, at 19, joined the Marines for every right reason, how much she loved her country and wanted to put her life on the line for her country. She was asked out on a date by a sergeant. He took her to a bar. He drugged her at that bar. He took her back to the barracks and he raped her. He dropped her on the ground in front of the bar at 4 a.m. None of those facts are in dispute. I want to tell you what happened to Stacey Robinson and what happened to her perpetrator. I'm told it's Thompson, Stacey Thompson. What happened to her perpetrator? This stayed in the chain of command. The chain of command suggested to the perpetrator that he get his butt out of the military in order to avoid any consequence whatsoever. And Stacey, she was investigated for drug use from that night. She, after 10 years or more, she's coming out to talk about this story, which has scarred her forever. So do we need change? Yes. And what happened in the Armed Services Committee was some good, small tweaks to the system, which we strongly support, but the main change that was supported in that committee by Senator Gillibrand and her other co-sponsors here didn't happen. So I'm going to close just showing you quickly a couple of charts. In no particular order, it doesn't matter. Zero tolerance for sexual assault by U.S. defense secretaries over the last 2 decades. Statements by Secretary Hagel. It's not good enough to say we have a zero tolerance policy. We do. But what does that mean? How does that translate? Well, he should be supporting us. Secretary Leon Panetta. We've absolutely no tolerance for any form of sexual assault. Secretary Gates. First of all, I have a zero tolerance. Let's go to the next one. This really gets old very quickly. Secretary Rumsfeld. Sexual assault will not be tolerated. Secretary William Cohen. This goes to 97. I intend to enforce strict policy of zero tolerance of hazing, of sexual assault, and racism. Secretary William Perry. This goes back to 1994, and for all of these reasons, therefore, we have zero tolerance for sexual harassment. And lastly, Secretary Cheney, March 89. Well, we've got a major effort underway to educate everybody, to let them know that we've got a zero tolerance policy where sexual harassment's involved. It's enough with the words. It's enough with the empty promises. It's time for some real change, and Senator Gillibrand is leading us toward that change. 2 more much quicker charts. 90%. I want you to remember that. 90% of sexual assaults are not, underlined, not reported, because they tell us, and as Senator Gillibrand has said eloquently, we don't listen. They tell us they won't report it because they don't want to see it in the chain of command. And very last, look, this isn't something the senator pulled out of the air. Look at our allies. In Israel, since 1955, outside the chain of command. Canada, 98, outside the chain of command. Australia, 2005, outside the chain of command. United Kingdom, 2006. So don't let anyone tell you this is some idea that is so out of the mainstream. We are in the mainstream. The status quo is out of the mainstream. It isn't working, and I am as proud as I can be to stand with a coalition like this and just make a statement to those victims who are waiting for justice and to our colleagues who are looking at us and deciding. Please, please put your faith in change. Thank you.